Athletes to the center, please. You both know the rules. All right, let's keep this clean, keep this active. Obey my instructions at all times. Touch glove back to your corner.
Final instructions from referee Mohammed Sulaiman inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium for the trilogy match. Shinya Aoki, Edward Folayang. Aoki wants another run at the world title held by Christian Lee. Christian Lee, who won the title from Shinya Aoki.
Athletes ready. Let's go.
This may be the last chance for Folayang to go on another title run. He must beat Aoki tonight, the former world's champion from the Philippines in the red. Look for the wushu striking here on Edward. Cutting side kicks, inside and outside thigh kicks, quick hands, spinning back fists. All the trademarks of that classic wushu striking from Team Lakai, high up in the mountains at Baguio City in the Philippines.
You can see Aoki's trying to back Folayang up to that circle wall. He's just slowly starting to inch forward. I like how Folayang starts to utilize that circular movement, puts out that jab. This is what Aoki usually does. He usually spends the first minute to 2 minutes just kind of circling, throwing that body kick right there to work his way into the clinch. He's going to try to get Folayang up against that wall, get that body clinch, and take him to the ground.
Yeah, the last two times these guys met at the beginning of the round, I really thought that Aoki would press the takedown almost immediately. You can see there he launched that kick, and he was just completely fine in the last two matches, actually working his stand-up game against somebody like Folayang. I think that's kind of dangerous, but it proved to actually be successful for him.
Main event tonight, Ong Lan Sung versus Rinya Derrida for the light heavyweight world title. Inside thigh kick there from Folayang.
I have seen Aoki develop a really strong left roundhouse kick over the past couple years, and he likes to utilize it. Folayang needs to earn respect right now.
Edward on the outside, Aoki shoots in. Edward prevents the takedown. Nicely done from the Filipino.
Took about 90 seconds for that takedown attempt. So far, good defense by Folayang. Got to dig those underhooks, keep Aoki up high. Good turnaround.
This is a good turnaround by Folayang, but you got to keep in mind that Aoki, he has such a unorthodox style of grappling that you're going to experience things like that. It doesn't just guarantee that you've stopped the takedown, and he ends up on his back.
He's innovative. Now he's going to try to lace those legs, triangle the legs, and start inching his way up. Bad spot for Folayang early. Aoki's got 3 minutes, which is a lifetime on the ground with Shinya Aoki. Folayang needs to try to free those legs. He's got to start pushing down on the hips, maybe give up a little bit of ground and pound just to try to free one of these legs.
This is where Aoki is so dangerous and so nasty when he's got opponents tied up like this, Rich.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitch talked about him lacing the legs, and this is what Aoki does so well on the ground. His topside pressure, his pressure anywhere is really good, but he does a good job of minimizing the amount of energy output that he has once he gets an opponent down to the ground.
Great job by Folayang to try to dig an underhook, but he's got to create space. He's got to try to move. He has to get one of these legs out. Aoki's going to slowly, like a boa constrictor, inch his way tighter and tighter. You can already see him trying to grab the head. Folayang's just got 2 minutes here to try to survive, but you can see Aoki released the pressure of the legs, released the triangle, and now is sliding up into full mount.
Don't forget, folks, later on tonight, Eddie Alvarez versus Oak Ray Yun in our co-main event. One on TNT, 4 begins on TNT at 10 p.m. Eastern.
You know, one of the things that makes Aoki so effective on the ground is his patience. He never gets in a rush to land a strike. He never gets in a rush to attempt any kind of submission. He's just very patient, and that's what allowed him to slide from the leg lace up to the mount here. And he's even picking his shots with the elbow as he goes here, making sure that he doesn't get greedy and take his hips off the pressure. And as I say that, he almost lost mount, but was able to resecure it.
Look at those hips. The way his hips stayed glued to Folayang make it very difficult for Edward to create any space and do any kind of movement. Every time Folayang adjusts, Aoki situates his hips, locks in that position, and he is choosing to beat on Edward with that elbow rather than attempt to go for a submission.
Yeah, something that we always live by in my camp, one of the statements we always said is position over submission. It applies to your strikes as well, but position over submission, you're just very selective with what you do here. And when you see Aoki on top, like Folayang is competing against somebody that is,
he bases up the legs too.
Here comes the armbar from Aoki. It's good night, Irene! Shinya Aoki's won 4 in a row. 4 in a row, he's making another run for the world title that Christian Lee took from him.